All right, welcome to the channel. We got some tech updates and some really cool updates that we're going to be sharing. I want to share with you today, honestly, because I think it's been a very busy weekend, actually, for us. And I'm also going to share some sleep hacks for just overall better health that's going to integrate into your health, just some expanded thoughts and experiences in that. So let's get into this. So I hope you got your favorite drink. We've definitely got some more coffee invested in. We're really excited. We've gotten to know some people and bought some coffee from them yesterday. So the first thing I want to really get involved in telling you is that we're not giving up as a blind community. And I know this channel is not about blindness or anything. I don't claim it to be, but we do have a blind community in our audience. And I care very much about you guys and our well-being, and all of that kind of stuff. I know we have a lot of fucked up shit in our community. And some of that means that we're going through a lot of issues. And it also means we don't really do relationships or friendships very well. So some of us are kind of don't really have that level of friendship in that way, while others might. But I still care very much about your overall well-being. And so I want to let you know that the Library of Congress, I'm going to be getting involved in it. I'm excited about that. I'm going to be getting more involved in it because they've done a lot to really help us. They've given out free Braille displays and access to Braille and education so that we can get better at it. I have not really refreshed in my Braille because I've done so much with digital that I can't even keep up anymore. My husband and I have a Braille display that we were able to get through the library, and that's been really cool. We've got our book players. They've got some new ones coming out. We've got books. They've helped us when we were homeless. They were very understanding, to be honest. They were more understanding than other blind services. Them and Hadley. I've talked about Hadley in the past being more understanding when our daughter was going through medical needs. And it's things like this that make me still have some hope that there are some things that are just very much about the people and not about bureaucracy or just making a paycheck. They are not going away. And I just shared a post on Facebook from one of my favorite blind groups, because one of the things I'm finding is the blind community is in the people and just the overall groups. It's not so much going to be in the offices all the time unless they're really out for people like Hadley. I'm sure they've got offices. The library, I'm sure they've got offices. So I'm going to be getting more involved in the blind scene as it is now in the overall mission of blindness as a community, whether that's groups. I've been finding myself becoming more involved and interested in. The library itself is not going away. As I've said, that was everybody was scared that we were going to have our library taken away. That's not true. And so you can find out more specifics on how that is in the Facebook post. You can follow me on Facebook or become a friend or just, chat me up over there. Let me know you found me through YouTube so I know who you are. I know it's not spam or fakes or anybody trying to be weird that is like a fake account or something. And we can chat over there or in the comments on the post if you want to talk specifically and read up on how the person found that out. Very useful, very helpful person who really cares very much that we're not scared. And so I shared that post, Jessica Eden. You'll see the Life is Our Reality in my bio, and you'll know it's me and what I'm about and what I do. You'll get to know me more on a personal level over there. I've really enjoyed getting to meet some of you guys in person yesterday. That was really fun, and going to be enjoying getting to know you guys and working with you guys and everything. So we've just been finding ourselves more involved, more interactions, more synchronicities, a lot more of that kind of thing. And so, but sleep, how this is affecting, because I got over 10 hours of sleep, but we've been the busiest we've ever been all weekend, just out because we've been so busy with work and creativity and all this kind of stuff the past few weeks. So the best part about this is that if you are busy and you keep busy, I've been able to create a lot more content this weekend and sleep a lot better and everything just because I love being busy. And so one of the things that I highly recommend is find a few places that you can go out and just hang out with people, get to know people, buy from people, whatever you can do. If you are interested in the work that I do to make extra money, to side hustle while you're trying to really get things going in your business or anything like that, let me know in the comments here, or again, hit me up on Facebook. And I will get into helping you guys with this because I know that it's a lot for us when money can be an issue. We really do need to be more active because this is going to help our brain and our overall way of getting enough exercise within our brain. Writing in my planner has helped a great deal with this in the mornings, but sometimes it's a very quick, I don't even check all the boxes. I just write a couple of words, a couple of emojis, or just imagery words of what I'm experiencing at this moment, just to kind of, or what I want to intend to, like, especially if I'm having a very creative and busy day, things like that. But another thing I'm really looking at is integrating more with Google Calendar, because I do like the integration of emails. I do like the integration that they are doing. And Gemini has some new stuff coming up that I want to also make you aware of. There's Gemini 2.0. I don't know about the video coming out because that ChatGPT is the only one that still seems to do video in the app, where you're not having to develop, you're just using it as a service. Whereas with Gemini, I think that's on the web only at this point, even without Android or iOS. It's just the web where you can do it from any device, your phone, your computer, whatever. But they do have audio overview. So you're getting like a Notebook LM feature that I've had over on my podcast, Life is a Reality Show. I will take what I'm doing here and catch you guys up over there and go pretty deep. So, but we've had very intimate space over here. I've let you in on my life a lot over here. So this has become kind of my main hangout now with you guys, to update you guys and teach you guys and share insights with you guys, get very spiritual and create and express and share experience with you guys and be very real. So, I love the new swipe to Google Tasks feature, or the new swipe to customize your events in your calendar. And through kind of the rotor actions, it makes it very easy to just type in a task in your calendar through Google if you're doing it that way, if you decide that structure is not your planner. I've also gotten a discount for Structured because I've invested a couple of years. If you've invested a couple of years, you will get a discount. It'll go back down to $10 a year. And it's nice because I can decide that if I really like Google Calendar, I can have my planner system within Google Calendar with Google Tasks, with the inbox, and realize that maybe the features within Google integrations, email, uploading files, and more expansive notes and things into the calendar, along with other calendar integrations that come up in my calendar that I don't want to miss out on, especially birthdays and things that are local and holidays and stuff, and the folders within Tasks and the customization there. I might find that works a little better than Structured, but it's only $10 a year at this point. That's not too much to say that I have to have it signed for life. And I can still have my planning system the way that I do with intentions, but just have it a little more custom. And so if you find that you're doing that, it's free, and you can do the same sort of planning system if you like to plan like I do, if you like to have sort of some custom experience. But what I was saying about that is that you can also integrate your emails and things like that. But the Gemini 2.0 is coming out with new features that you'll be able to use. Google Keep on Android has updated. If you're using Android, the button will jumping into a new text note so you can type right away, or long pressing the button will get you the other options if you want to add audio, pictures, drawings, etc. So I've always loved Google Keep. I love all these things, and I don't ever like to just say that I'm stuck with one or the other. So pretty cool stuff. I thought there was something I was going to mention about kind of the calendar planner within Google that I might be integrating more too. And you can also integrate it with your structured planner, which is cool. So if you did find that you love structured, you can add your events in your calendar into structured with file attachments, location maps, and multi-day events. And structured will show those on the structured planner and all of that. And then kind of use both simultaneously along with your Apple Notes, which structured has recommended in their blog to use Apple Notes for expansive things. So you can even have like a planner with integration, which is really cool. And that might be an option as well. So having said all that, I think that's it. And everything like that. And I'm excited to kind of see where this all takes us in AI. I feel like nowadays AI and technology is moving so fast that you don't really want to say you're never really using one system anymore. I have a ton of AI apps that I use every day and throughout the week. So you never want to really, it's not like an operating system where you're like, I'm choosing iOS or Android. I'm choosing Windows or Chromebook. It's not like that anymore. And I'm starting to see that with our productivity apps and planner systems and stuff. I'm starting to see that you're integrating multiple apps and experiences so that you get the most out of having a planner in your life. And so I was just in my Google Calendar even before I got any update that there was an update in Gemini or anything. And I was in there kind of getting things sorted and things the last couple days because it does integrate with Structured app, and I still find myself using it. So it's pretty cool. The notes will also save contacts quite nicely, and you can text your contacts from your notes or call your contacts from your notes or even save your contact from your notes, and it integrates really well, especially if you allow it access to your contacts. So that's something Apple has done. And I just allowed that today, but I've been saving contacts from Apple Notes for years, so that's been useful. I think that's it. I thought there was something I was going to add, but in the productivity kind of updates, but I think that's it. Just that I'm kind of using both and I'm alternating between both because Google has a lot of integrations I don't want to miss out on either. So that really helps. And I've seen some stuff from last year in my Google Calendar with tasks integrated that I don't want to miss out on either. And things like that. You can also paste links into Structured. That's really useful into Structured AI. I talked about that over on TikTok at Life is Art Reality. If you want to kind of check out the kind of music I love listening to, as well as my own music. And if you want to check out I put some pretty synchronous insights over there that connect with what we're doing and our deep work. And it's kind of like on the spot insights. So you can check out that. And I put that you can connect how ridiculous it is. It was like a 15-second video about how you can connect and paste your links into Structured Planner in the AI section. So that is so useful. And then the tracking energy has been interesting. The cycles have been interesting. The seasons, all of that. So I might even just integrate the two together it seems like most planners and productivity system are going to integrate well with Apple and Google. And I've always integrated Apple and Google anyway, so I'm not giving that up. I have my Apple Notes, my Google Calendar, and my Gmail. I love Gmail. And then I have Apple Mail for really, really archiving emails and searching a lot. So you're using more than one thing at this point. And then all of my other AI chats that I use for a ton of these stuff. And even in my morning time where I'm journaling, I will sometimes just end up using conversational AI, or I'll just create music, and it's more like a morning session for journaling through creative process, not just using the planner itself and then kind of marking that as like something that I was able to do. I've been tracking a little more of specific work and kind of work dates that I want to keep track of through the planner as well. So it's become really useful to have, but it will keep the brain activated and just active overall. One of the things that I recommend about sleep that is just to go out more and experience life physically as well, because it's very easy for us, honestly, if you have any sort of difference or you work differently, you work from home, you have a disability, or anything that's just different about you, where you love to create, you're more introverted in a lot of ways. It's very easy to get caught up in like, I'm too busy to go out because I'm actually doing busy work at home, versus integrating it into your life. And so one of the things that I recommend is if you can find some places where you get to know people, find one that you're comfortable networking and work. Well, all of them you can network, honestly. And then find one where you're working, where you can sit down, turn on the, get on the Wi-Fi. And one that's affordable, extremely affordable to get a coffee, or extremely affordable to get a meal. Not even $5-6 for a meal. That's what we've done. We found a cafe and go there at least once to a couple times a week, just to change your scenery. Like, I totally respect working from home, being comfortable, getting up, having a routine. And sometimes I find that you stick with a routine better if you can work on your own terms, because you're focused more on yourself. You're focused more on your family and your loved ones, and you're there for them. You're not there for a boss. Because if I think about it, having to try to work in person, I would have to be there for a boss, and it wouldn't matter if my daughter needed me to pick her up from school. It wouldn't matter if I needed to be there for her to take care of her in the morning before she goes to school, or in the summertime, or anything. I would have to answer to a stupid boss. Whereas honestly, in this way, I can work and get a handle on all of that alongside with my husband and daughter, so that I can be there for them, which is way more important. So a lot of people don't understand that in that way. But now it's become a lot less taboo as well. So go out and get experience in life, and integrate what you're doing into any transportation that you have. You could be working or creating. I definitely make my music, and I love bumping my music and like editing my music in a good ride to or from somewhere, especially a longer ride. It really is nice. And just get a change of scenery, sit outside, go play a sport, find a place to go play a sport. That's really important. We love basketball over here. And just find a way of changing your scenery more. It will motivate you to work and make more money, because you'll want to make enough money so you can go out and do things. Otherwise, really, aside from some survival, what's the point, really? Unless you're going and doing something and enjoying your life. And actually, life is really meant to be enjoyed. And so, like I said, integrate your planner system with multiple apps so that you're systemizing. You're not set in stone. You're not answering to just one app, but you have multiple apps that do things really well for multiple things, the way that I've talked about in the beginning of this episode here, and just enjoy it. There are times where I cook less, and there are times where I cook more, depending on what I've got going on. My husband, there are times where I'll be doing more of the cleaning and he'll be cooking more, depending on what we got going on. We alternate. Like, don't shortchange yourself on what you need to do. Don't be afraid to alternate what you're doing and how you're doing things either. As long as you have a foundation, a system in place, you let that system help you through these things, and you'll be fine. And like I said, I just sleep better overall when I'm active. I don't do very well. It's a good discipline to know when you need to be home and just focus on work and the house and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, you can do that if you really need to for a while, but remember the importance of being active too, because you're going to just sleep better, feel better. Your body's going to get natural exercise from being out without having to overwork your exercise at home, where you're kind of like, your energy is not getting burnt out properly if you're not active. So just remember that. And wanted to update you guys. This is very important overall, that you guys are aware of these things, and I really do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys online and in person. as we network and get involved in things and share with y'all. And it's been really nice meeting you guys. And I hope to see you guys soon. And thanks so much for being here. And I'm going to definitely get into some deeper insights, some things that I've been thinking about and reflecting on over this next week, these next few weeks as we get into summer. I'm just enjoying spring here at this point, whatever season in life you're in, listening to this, whatever part of the world you're in, we are changing of the seasons. So I hope that you do that and you're able to be active and do what you need to do and whatever that looks like for you in your own life design. Take care of yourselves, take care of your life, take care of each other. And thanks for tuning in. Let's stay focused and keep going.